Today we are going to see with sorting techniques. Yesterday we have seen with searching and what are the types of searching and how to implement each and every searching and what is the time complexity required for the searching we have seen it. The same way now we are going to see with sorting. So when I say sorting, what does it mean? What is the meaning of sorting, guys? Come on, a quick response. What does sorting means? Give me a general meaning of it. Arranging in order. Good. Shamir, it is not increasing order. That's the reason I asked this question. It's not an increasing order. Sorting in the sense arranging in order. That's it. I didn't mean that any particular condition, right? Okay. So arranging in order is sorting. So the order might vary depending upon the condition. Sort the data. Okay. So this order might be a ascending order, or it might be a descending order, or it might be of any other cases. The other cases are, if we say other cases, what does it mean? Have you came across the term called half sorted array or half sorted list? Have you came across this term? Half sorted. No. Okay, listen. If at all the list is taken with the value 1, some random values. Let me give some random values here. If the list is given like this, when the question is asked to arrange the data in half sorted. So how you are supposed to do is you are supposed to arrange what is the size of this particular list. It is 6. The first half in ascending order and next half in descending order. This will be like 1, 2, and 4. And after this you'll have 9, 8, and 5. This is called half sorted list. This is also sorting only. Okay, you're arranging data in particular order based on the condition what they are given. So this is all about half sorted list. And what else I can say? Alternate sort. Alternate sort in the sense you can notice that you'll be getting answer like 1, 9, 2, 8, 4, 5. What is this? What is the logic they are trying to implement here? What they are doing here, ma? You can notice that the overall minimum element is brought to the first position and the next maximum element. Next minimum element, next maximum element. So you're going to arrange in this order. Even this is also called sorting. Clear with it. So whatever the condition, yeah, high, low, yes, Shamir, minimum value, maximum value. The same way you're going to arrange the data in a particular order. All those things comes under sorting. So here specifically when you're going with data structure, we are having different types of sortings. What are those? I guess you people might have came across it. What are the types of sorting? What is the first start you'll start with? That is just name alone. Bubble sort, right? You'll be coming across bubble sort, then selection sort. Yes, yes, Ramadevi, quick shot. Okay. Selection shot, then quick shot. Okay. Merge shot. Okay. Insertion shot, merge shot. Okay. Then quick shot. Okay, we are having still more shots is there. Heap shot, Radak shot. We are having multiple types of shots are there. Okay, we are having different types of shotting. So let us see basic shotting. First 5 shotting should be very clear for you people. So you people might have a doubt. Somehow we are having method called sort and sorted, isn't it? So we can use those predefined methods. Why should we learn all those things? So this sort and sorted technique is going to arrange the data. Okay, it's going to arrange the data in particular order. Before to that, you should know what is the efficient sort among this and what is the algorithm this sort and sorted is following. You can notice that once I give sort or sorted, the data is arranged in particular order. So among this, the efficient sort is merge sort. This is a very efficient sort. Okay, it's efficient sort compared to all the shots. So at the end of the session, I'll let you know which type of algorithm this sort and sorting is following. Got it? So we are using sort sorted method in Python. So we are having these are the different types of sorting. Still more is available. Just I given what are the sorting techniques that is required for us alone. Okay. Among this, the most efficient is merge sort. We'll go ahead one by one sorting techniques and we'll see what is the time complexity. Then we can go ahead further. The first sorting technique we are going to take is bubble sort. How does bubble sort works? Come on. How does bubble sort works, guys? This is very simple, right? Bubble sort concept is very simple. How does it works? Yeah, heap shot is also available. See the heap shot, Radak shot. Just I given one of the very basic shotting techniques here. Okay, checking and swapping. How does it checks? How the checking is going to happen here? The answer is right. Checking and swapping is right. How the checking is going to happen? Good. Checking and swapping the adjacent value. So let us take some list here. Okay, we'll take a list here. So let me take a list with value 5, some random values 5, 1, should not be a sorted one. 5, 1, 4, 2, and 3. Okay, we'll take this as a value. So this is your the original list. You're going to sort this by using bubble sort. So for bubble sort, guys, I guess all you people might have came across this one, right, in your subject. In data structure, you people might have came across this. Those are new for it. Listen carefully. This is your original list. Here, whenever I say bubble sort, in case of bubble sort, what we'll do is we'll compare the adjacent value. First, what happened? First, these two values will be compared. So what I'll check is here this is a zeroth element and first element. I'll check first whether 5 is less than 1. So it is less than 1. If it is not there, just I'll perform swap operation. If this is not there, then I'll perform swap operation. For the next step, what I'll do is these two elements will be swapped. 1 comes here, 5 comes here. So when this condition is not true, so or I can make it as whether 5 is whether 1 is less than 5. If it is not true, you can swap it. You can take any one of the condition, guys. As a whole, the right side element should be less than the left side element. That is a condition. Okay, you can write your condition according to your convenience. So now what happened? A swapping occurs. If this condition is 1 is less than 5, sorry, 1 is not less than 5, then I'll swap it. Okay. So then what happened? I'll check these two elements. Next two element I'll check. So here I'll check whether 4 is less than 5. No, it is not lesser. Then again perform swap operation. God. Again perform swap operation. So what happened? 4 comes here and 5 goes here. Okay. Again I'll check these two person. Okay. Now this is done, right? Sorry guys. I'll check these two person. Now I'll check whether 2 is less than 5. 2 is less than 5. Then perform swap. Just I'm mentioning swap operation alone. If it is so, then perform swap operation. So again what happened? This process continues, guys. And here it will be 2 and 5 comes here. So now I'll compare the last two elements. Here I'll check whether 3 is less than 5. If it is not less than 5, then perform swap operation again. So 3 comes here and 5 goes here. Now here what happened at the end of this is also called first pass. So this is first pass or first iteration, you can take it. At the end of the first iteration or at the end of the first pass, what you did is you brought the overall highest element to its appropriate position. So right now what we did, we brought the 5 to its appropriate position. This is a position of 5. So keeping this as my original is I did this one. Here how many iteration I'm going, how many values are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if 5 values are there, how many iteration I'm going? You can notice that 1, 2, 3, 4. With 4 iteration, I can able to bring the corresponding value here, which is nothing but I'm performing n minus 1 comparison. So doing by n minus 1 comparison, I can able to bring the element, the last element to the appropriate position. Now again for a second pass. Let me do for last two element alone, guys. For remaining element, you can try to calculate. The same step is going to continue again. Now it is second pass. In case of second pass, just a minute. Now it is second pass. Again, you're supposed to start with the 0th index only. So now what you're supposed to compare? You're supposed to compare the first two. So let me change the color here. First two element. I'll check here whether 4 is less than 1. No, it is not less. So in those cases, no swap occurs. Whenever this particular one is at the appropriate position, then no swap. So what happened again? Bring this array here. Bring this list here. So now take a comparison between next two element. You're supposed to have a comparison between next two element. Okay, we're having comparison between next two element. And again, what happened? I'll check whether 2 is less than 4. Yes, it is less than 4. Then perform swap operation here. What happened? 2 will come here and 4 goes here. So this is done. Again, what I'll do? I'll compare these two. 4 and 3. I'll check whether 3 is less than 4. Then perform swap operation. Okay, here this 3 will be swapped here and 4 comes here. So you can notice that at the end of the second iteration, the second value has been brought to its appropriate position. Clear with it? So this is the end of the second pass. Here for how many iteration I am doing, what is the size of it? 1, 2, 5, right? 6, 5 or 6, 6, 5. So how many iteration I'm doing? Just by doing 3 iteration, I'm just finding out. Here in case of second pass, how many iteration I'm doing? N minus 2. So in first iteration, N minus 1 iteration to bring the to bring the highest value to the appropriate position. In case of second iteration, I'm doing N minus 2 iteration. Guys, keep in mind the logic behind this bubble shot is once this data has been bought for the appropriate position, at the second iteration, you're not supposed to check this one. Some of this data is arranged and is kept at the appropriate position. Same way, after arranging this data, only you should take only this range. You should not again come here and check for the remaining values. Is it clear? Like this, you can have n number of passes will be going on. For first pass, n minus 1 iteration will be taking it. For second pass, n minus 2. For third pass, n minus 3 iteration will be taken place. Is it clear with the logic of bubble shot? Come on. Guys, are you there? Okay, it's clear, right? Okay, today what happened? Everyone is so quiet in morning itself. Okay. Okay, guys. Try logic for this. I want you people to try out the logic. Pass some list for bubble shot and try to apply this algorithm. So I want this logic here to be done, guys. Every morning little lazy. Hmm? Okay. Early morning. Is it too early for you people? 7:30 is too early? Okay. So I'm happy that you people didn't say that it is midnight. Okay. Okay, start doing. Some people used to go to sleep by 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. I could see many students like that. Okay, start doing this bubble shot. Guys, the reason I'm saying you to write the algorithm is sometimes there will be some part of a code with error. They'll give this algorithm with error. You are supposed to correct the particular line. Further, you should know the flow of it. Okay, okay, Asha. Make it faster, okay? So if you're completing little faster, you can see with selection shot also in morning. The reason is for explaining this quick shot and merge today, you're supposed to complete the shorting techniques. For explaining merge shot and quick shot, it will take huge amount of time now to make you people understand what is the flow of it. Let me at least write and keep the bubble shot here. This is bubble shot. If you write a program, you can either accept input from user also. It's up to you, okay? Just I'm writing randomly like this. Just fill this logic part alone. That's fine. Okay. Good. Good, Niranjan. Come on, look at here, guys. How many passes I told you? n minus 1 passes. So what is the loop we made for this one? So we are going to have, first you are supposed to calculate the size since you are doing it. Since you are going to go to n minus 1 passes and number of passes has been keep track of this I loop. So we know that we will be having n minus 1 passes. So the number of passes is tracked by this I loop. So how many iteration we are going for each and every pass? We can notice that for each and every iteration, it is n minus 1 pass, n minus 2 pass, and if it is our next pass, it will be of n minus 3. The last three element will be arranged. So what is this 1, 2, 3 here? This 1, 2, 3 is nothing but your passes. So I can just mention n minus I pass. Okay, here this J loop should start with 0 until where it should go n minus I. Okay, and we know that by default we can mention as n minus I minus 1. It is not like this minus 1, let it be. I'll tell you why this minus 1. So right now keep it as such. For each and every passes, I'm going to go to n minus I time. For the first time n minus 1, second time n minus 2, and third time n minus 3. We are going to go like that. So let me mention n minus I here. So this is fine. At the each and every iteration, what you are doing, we are comparing with the adjacent element. I'm taking 0 and the next element I'm comparing it. So this is the comparison you are supposed to concern with. What I'll mention is array of j is if it is greater than my array of j plus 1. So I think so you people could get what is this j and j plus 1. So here you can notice that I'm taking the j as 0, j plus 1, j as 0, j plus 1, j as 0, j plus 1. So you're going to do like this. So do we has to come at this position and we are supposed to check this there is any other adjacent value, or we are supposed to stop here itself? So which is nothing but zeroth position, first position, second position, third position, fourth position. So my question here is all about, are we supposed to just erased, oh god. Okay. Are we supposed to compare 3 and 4 and stop it? Are we supposed to come and check with 5 and some values are there or not? Are we supposed to check for 5, or we are supposed to start comparison with the 4 itself? Where should we stop our comparison? At which point, ma? Guys, are you following? We are taking 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5. So where the controls to stop? At 4 and 5. Good. It should stop at the fourth point itself. But according to the given condition, you can notice that where you are trying to stop, we are trying to stop only at the nth position. We are trying to start the nth position. So we are supposed to mention minus 1 along with it. Got it? Why is this minus 1 I'm placing it? I'm not supposed to go to the last pointer. I should go only to minus 1. So you can notice here your I value is 0. So for the first iteration, n minus 0 minus 1. So I'll stop my iteration at the fourth point here. I'll never go to the fifth point. So this is the logic behind it. Now let us go ahead further. Let me close this. Okay. Now this if condition has been applied. Now if I find that the array of j is greater than array of j plus 1, what I should do? I should perform swap operation. Here we know that it's not required for temporary variable to be declared. Here swapping is very easy. A assign B, B assigns A. There is a simple logic for swapping. First two number assign the reverse order of it, which means that these two data will be swapped here. This data value will be coming here and this data value will goes here. Now we are supposed to swap this, which value we are supposed to swap this, a of j and a of j plus 1 has to be swapped. Now we'll write the condition here. Array of j comma array of j plus 1. We'll take these two and here equals to array of j plus 1 comma array of j. So what happens here is the first array of j will be assigned with array of j plus 1. Array of j plus 1 will be assigned with array of j. Your work is done. That's it. Let us execute here. What is this? Just a minute, ma. Is anything missing? I couldn't find anything is missing, but why doesn't short? We'll try to print here itself. Mm-hmm. Something else is happening. Give me a second. Here we have mentioned equal to. Should be assigned, right? Should be assigned, should not be equal to. It will check for equality. ARR is not defined. Oh god. We'll modify this. Now you can find the data is fine. It will be sorted. Guys, one important key point here it is not required to return the value. It is not required to return the value. By default, when I'm taking this particular list, it will take as a reference type. Whatever the modification you're doing in an array will be reflected in your list. So either you can print your array here or you can print your list here. It's up to you. Clear? Guys, is it clear with the bubble shot and the logic behind it? Do you have any doubt on it? Give me a quick response. At least we can solve one more questions. Yes, right. Good. Now, before going to next shot, I'll give you a small task. Within this 15 minutes, I want you people to complete it. Mm, I want you people to try out this alternate sort by using this bubble shot method. Will you people try this alternate sort logic? The same algorithm. Make it faster. I can give you maximum 5 to 7 minutes. The reason is we are having only 15 minutes. You take 7 minutes and I'll take 7 minutes for explanation. Start doing, guys, the same logic. Don't modify the logic here. Or else it is not required to use bubble shot also. You can use any one of the shorting techniques which you're familiar with it. Or normal shot also. It's up to you. Either you can use normal shot also. But I need this to be implemented. This is my condition. My data should be in this manner. First half and next half. If at all you're familiar with this particular normal sorting, you can make use of it also. I didn't give any condition, guys. It is not required to use bubble shot, but I want this as my output. What is that, Sai Prakash? If you mention this listed or short, it will be arranging it. But will it arrange in this order? What is the question I've asked you people? Alternate sort. Does the data will be arranged in alternate sort manner? No, right? It'll be either as here according to your logic, what you have written, you'll be writing only in a ascending order. So I want this logical part alone. What is that, Niranjan? No min max function. I want you to write the logic by your own. I don't want you people to write the min function, max function. So if it are arranging also, that's fine. Okay. But make it proper. Min function, max function, how will you do it? You can slice it and do it. Mm, okay, try it. But I don't mean it, but try it. If at all you're okay with it, try it. Let us see. Maurya, okay, Maurya. Here, alternate sort is nothing but when a list is passed, I want my data to be arranged in this order. Okay, minimum value, next maximum, minimum, next maximum, minimum, next maximum, like this. Overall minimum, overall maximum. Next, apart from this overall minimum, overall maximum. I want this as my output. Okay, Sudhir has written, what you have written? Minus 3, comma 2. What is that, Sudhir? What you have written? Sudhir, can you notice it? If I add one value for fixed value, you should not write logic. It should be for varying values. 3 is less than 9. Okay, just a minute. So just a minute. Let me check to it. So 0. Look at here, Sudhir. So you can notice that 0 will be there and the overall next maximum element 9 should be there. Okay, next minimum element 1 and next maximum element 4. So next maximum element 6. 2. Okay, next maximum element here should be 4. Got it? Guys, others, have you got this logic? I know why you people are quiet. What happened? So what you're supposed to do here? You're supposed to write one more loop. Okay, one more loop. Listen carefully. A very basics only, guys. I didn't go much complex at all. So you're supposed to. We know that logic for ascending order and descending order, right? Niranjan has did. Okay, Niranjan, what you did? Minimum value, maximum value, but list of. Okay. You're modifying the original list. Okay, okay. Here you should arrange it, but the original list should not be affected, Niranjan. But according to your code, that's fine. So whatever the logic you are taking is okay, that's good. Okay. But what happened here is that's good. Your logic is good, but my question is not exactly that. It's not modify the original list. Okay. Okay, guys, I'll tell you the logic. So before by afternoon sessions, while session is starting, I'll tell you, I will say the exact program. Listen here, what is the logic is. We know that normal, what is the logic for ascending order? We are supposed to compare the first two values, next two values, next two value, you're going to compare it. So we'll compare first two values. Okay. Again, we'll compare next two values. And next two values will be comparing it. This logic is all about bubble sort. The normal sort, how will you do? We'll take the first value, we'll compare with all the values. And I'll find the minimum values. Okay, normal ascending order. Could you people remember normal ascending order? Yes or no? So normally if I'll mention if I'll mention list of I. Okay, list of I is greater than your list of J. If it is there, then perform swapping operation. So here what will be mentioning? You'll mentioning list of I, comma list of J, assign list of J, comma list of I. So what happens here? So list of I. So what is the logic for this, guys? What will happen here? Oh, command line. Okay, just give me a second. Let me command it. Array is not defined. Here we are trying to make it as we copy paste it, right? So I notice it. So this is all about your descending order, isn't it? The data is arranged in descending order. What is the question, guys? It is very interesting. Listen carefully. This is a very known concept for everyone. This is not a new. So once by looking at question, it will be something tricky, but it's not as tricky at all. So we know that there is a logic for descending order. If I want to make it as ascending order, what will I do? I'll mention like this, the data will be arranged in ascending order. What is our question? Minimum value, next maximum value. Minimum value, next maximum value. Look at the position of 0, okay, 0, 3, 5. What is the value stored? 1, 2, 4. You can notice that the data are stored in an ascending order at the odd position, and at the even position, so the even position data are stored in a, so what is that, 0, 1, 2, okay, 0, 2, 4. 0, second position, fourth position. Here this position, you can notice that zeroth position. This is the zeroth position, and this is your first position, second position, third position, fourth position, and fifth position. So you can notice that. Guys, can I take you one or two minutes of your time? You'll complete this. We have started this one. You'll complete this one. Is that okay for you people? Okay, fine. Listen here. So we'll take this element, and this element. Notice this one. What is the order we are having? We are having data in ascending order. Okay. And the remaining portion, you can notice that the data are given in a descending order. Okay. Listen here. So we are supposed to consider odd and even position. For odd and even position, we can put one condition here. If at all your I modulo by 2 equals to 0. Okay, what happened? I need my data to be arranged in ascending order. So I'll do this thing and arrange my data in ascending order. So when this condition fails, else, then arrange this data in descending order. So just a minute. Yeah. The same logic, just I've copy pasted it. So whenever your I value is here, indentation is missing, guys. Just a minute. Let me give proper indentation, else it will throw you error. Okay, this is done. Now let us execute it. You can notice that, oh god, something is missing here. Give me a second, guys. What happens here? Yeah, I value. Mm, 5, 4. Why it is? Just a minute. So without arranging, it is checking. Yes, yeah, yeah. Just a minute. It is working fine for separately. Then based on your I value only, you're going to execute it. What happens without arranging? Why it is going like this? Here, separate arranging. Just a minute, ma. So one. Here for even number, right? 0. Okay. Arranging ascending or 0th position and followed by second position and followed by fourth position. So I'm checking for even numbers alone first. So 1, after 1, the data is not sorting. Here there is some problem with the filtering condition, guys. Okay, guys, we'll discuss this by evening. This is the logic. You're based on your ith index position. I supposed to arrange it. So if at all you're okay with it, just try with this code. By evening, we'll discuss about it. Okay, I'll paste this one. If required, try this code. Just based on your ith index position only, you're going to arrange it. Let me see to it, and we'll start the afternoon session by you from this program. Okay, shall we wind up now? Just a minute, Sudhir. Give me a second. Zero, one, okay. I minus 3. If one value is changed, then your entire program is changing, Sudhir. Got it? If one value I'm changing it, if for the fixed value I'm doing it. If one value I'm trying to change it, for the entire program is getting changed. It should not affect it. Whatever the code I'm writing, it should give the exact output. Okay, fine. Okay, guys, we'll wind up the session by now. I'll start this. This is a logic, the logic somehow, the implementation logic, I'm not going to modify it. This is a logic. Let me check to it where it is missing, where the flow is missing. I'll look into it, and we'll discuss by afternoon. Okay, guys, thank you.